I like Zach Levine. I think Zach Levine is vastly underrated. And you know who else? Aaron Gordon. I think if Aaron Gordon was on a good team, he would be so unstoppable.
You just like them because they can dunk.
I like them because they're super athletic. I'll take athletic guys any day. With game, but they have games too. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. We're talking a little NBA. It's the Raheel Show podcast, Monday Night Chat with Jose Partida. Jose, how are you, buddy?
I am okay. A week ago, we didn't know James Harden would no longer be a Houston Rocket. I was going to say Houston Astro for some reason. Houston Rocket. A week ago, I was winning contests over you, which you so conveniently left off our promo video for the week. So I would say I was better last week, but I'm alive. So is there much to complain about? Probably not.
About a week ago, isn't Bobby Schmurda coming out pretty soon?
Supposedly he's getting out next year. We've been saying that. We've been saying that for a while now.
No, I think he's coming out like end of the month, not next year. I'm pretty sure he's coming out. I saw on the trade sheets.
You want to see the trade sheets that was on there? The Bobby Schmurda was on the trade sheets.
Bobby Schmurda in a milk-tastic bikini is coming out of prison. So, what is that? What's your cup? What's your cup?
I busted out my Rockets Legends cup. Yao Ming's on there. Moses Malone's on there. Dikembe Mutombo's on there.
Nice.
Hakeem's on there. You know, there's someone else on there.
Dikembe is a Rocket legend?
I think this is a Center's Cup. It's from the 50th season.
Okay, gotcha.
So Dikembe I was looking. Is awesome. I was almost certain I got a promo cup last season of Westbrook and Harden, and I was gonna use that one to be just a dick and just kind of try to be funny.
I have that one.
I couldn't find it.
I got Westbrook, Gordon, PJ Tucker, Harden, and I think that's it. There's only 4 on there. I drank coffee from that the other day. Cold brew, of course.
Off one of these?
Yeah. Because that's the only one that can hold my cold brew.
How much coffee do you drink? Those cups
are
massive.
4 ounces. I do 4 ounces of cold brew. Then I do
like 40 6 ounces of milk?
6 ounces of almond milk. And then just a little bit of chocolate milk. The H-E-B Mootopia.
Almond milk? Is that what you just said?
Yeah. What do you call it?
Almond milk.
Almond.
I don't think that's how you say it.
I go both. I go with both almond and almond.
Okay.
Yeah, I think both are acceptable.
If you say so. I didn't know that was a thing. I've never heard almond.
Yeah. So that's the only cup that can hold it without it spilling over. And then you got to put some ice in it.
I don't know. I feel like that's too much. What's the fluid ounces? It doesn't say.
Let me guess. It's probably 32.
No, this has to be more than 60? 32.
No, it can't be 60.
Doesn't say. It doesn't say. It doesn't say.
Okay. No, because a normal glass is 12 ounces. That's like that's like 32 ounces. A 32 ounce.
It's more than that.
No way. Look it up. Stadium Cup. Now I want the answer for this. How much a Stadium Cup ounces? That's the kind of content you get right here. Yes, 32-ounce Stadium Cups.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I'm right. No. Just imagine how many. Okay, how many glasses can you pour in there? It's 2.5.
I'm not doing the math for that. I just spilled.
Oh, you just spilled water all
Did you see that?
This is the exciting content people come here for.
I can't tell. I can't tell.
So if you're on the comments, go ahead and Google it for us. I just found that it's 32 ounces for sure. 32-ounce Stadium Cups. Welcome, everyone. We are back on Facebook. We did have an outage last week on Facebook with StreamYard, but everything is okay. We're back on there. We got a few things to talk about. Not going to go an hour today. I don't think so. But yeah, we will have some fun. Thank you so much, Irv. Irv says, bring back Raheezy. Where are we bringing me back? I don't think I'm going back there to that place. I don't think that's happening. And Keith, welcome in. And, of course, El Jefe, welcome into the show, guys. And so many others watching. We appreciate you guys. So your week has been good. As you mentioned, James Harden traded. So we are going to get a little sports heavy to start because there's some interesting things to talk about with not only – the sports side of things, but also the drama around sports because the Houston Texans are drama filled. But quickly, with the James Harden trade, I think you and I both aligned when we first saw it. I was like, what? That's it? I mean, you just got picks back and Oladipo, who you're going to trade anyways for another pick because there's no reason to keep him around, right? And pay that salary. So it just felt like somebody from the top was like, hey, look, guys, we're not a contender. Let's just start rebuilding this thing. Let's not take on any more contracts that extend beyond this year. And then you can have the flexibility to build out your roster. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, and I mean, that was the frustrating part with me, because the whole time, the whole process, it was, well, they don't have to do this move. They're okay with getting uncomfortable. They're not going to do the move unless they get a cornerstone piece back. And you kind of did with Jared Allen and Karis LeVert, and you flipped them. Like, immediately, you flipped them. Like, everyone was so surprised how quickly they got rid of them. And granted, there's some weird stuff with Karis LeVert now, and he's not going to play for a while because there was a mass in his lung, which is really weird. I don't know if that means he has some sort of lung cancer. I don't know what the hell that means.
No, I think it's just like, hey, we got to keep an eye on this because it could turn into something.
But you had those cornerstone pieces you supposedly wanted, and you just moved them for an expiring contract for a guy who doesn't want to be here, who has made it clear he wants to be in Miami, who was telling Knicks players, no, not Knicks players, because the Knicks weren't in a bubble. He was telling, what was the story that came out a couple weeks ago?
He was telling, I forgot which team, but he was just telling them like, hey, tell your team to trade for me. Like, I want to come.
Was it the Pelicans? Man, I can't remember. It was a team who was not in the bubble for too long.
Yeah.
That was in definitely a worse situation than the Pacers. The guy doesn't want to be here. It just kind of felt like you're not going to sell me on hopes and dreams with draft picks. And it's so hard to draft in the NBA. That's not convincing to me. That's not going to do it for me. That does nothing for me.
Yeah. And not only that, the draft picks for at least the next 2 years, you know what you're going to get in terms of late round picks. The Nets aren't going to just fall apart, guys. Like, there's this hope that, oh, what if Kyrie the whole thing burns down? Okay, if let's say Kyrie just goes crazy, all right? And he's like, I don't want to be here. That's fine. You figure that out, and you still have two really good players. You have a top 5 player in Durant. You have a top 10 player in Harden. You're going to be fine. Like, it's not going to be a collapse where you're going to get this early lottery pick. You're not going to get a lottery pick from the Milwaukee, Cleveland pick. So it just felt like, you know what, we're bargaining, we're going to go ahead and bargain right now for 4 years down the line when Rafael Stone might not even be here. That's the weird part, because it just makes no sense, because who's a better player, Anthony Davis or James Harden?
Objectively, James Harden.
James Harden. Yeah. I look, James Harden's a better player, right? Like, he got his teams further than Anthony Davis did, right? Does Anthony Davis fit better with LeBron James? Absolutely. Is Anthony Davis a fantastic player, top 5 talent? Yes. They got Brandon Ingram out of that, Josh Hart out of that, picks. They got Lonzo Ball out of that. That's a haul right there. So this whole, like, you're never going to get the same equivalent guy. Yes, you're not going to get it back, but at least the Pelicans got 75 cents on the dollar. And the Rockets got 10 cents on the dollar, it felt like.
I mean, hell, look at what the Pelicans got again for Drew Holiday. They got Eric Bledsoe. They got a bunch of draft picks for Drew Holiday. And it's just, I guess the point you made on Stone is a good one, because he's kind of obviously he's banking on these picks, but he's also banking on the chance he gets to make these draft picks.
Yep.
So it kind of just, now that I didn't think of it that way, but now that you mention it, it kind of feels like this is a way for him to find leverage in keeping his job.
Yeah, I thought it sucked. I was like, man, that's all you got back.
I was not happy at all.
I was not happy at all. I was like, man, all that time, and then you found out, like, yeah, Rafael Stone spoke to the media on Sunday, and he said, yeah, we did want to accommodate James Harden. So the guy who held your franchise hostage for that long, you're like, you know what? We're going to give you one more solid. James, we're going to get you to the Nets, buddy. Even after you threw everybody under the bus, we're still going to take care of you. And that was like, really? Are we really going to do this? It's so weak. So, I didn't like it. I don't think I'm ever going to like it. So who knows? CJ has a bunch of questions. CJ is an avid watcher and listener. Thank you so much. He said, "Who do you got tonight?" You got the live score update. I was watching the Nets and Milwaukee for a little bit. I watched the Rockets first like 5 minutes, not too long. I just want to see Oladipo. But the Rockets are not looking good right now, huh?
No, they're at a commercial break. Oh, they're down 64-52 at the half.
Okay.
To Chicago. Which Chicago?
Yeah. Chicago's they're sneaky annoying. They're not good. They're sneaky annoying.
Yeah, but that's not it's not a good team.
No, they're not a good team.
The Rockets aren't a good team anymore, but yeah, they had like a stupid amount of turnover. I think they had 9 turnovers in the first quarter. Like, it's bad. It's bad.
The Bulls right now have how many wins?
I couldn't tell you.
They're 5-8. They're gonna compete for the 9th spot and hopefully get into that play-in game. Okay, so the other thing, Deshaun Watson, the rally. I want to get your thoughts on this first because
we're done. We're done with Harden because I wanted to talk about the fat suit theory.
Oh yeah, okay, go ahead.
What the hell happened there? Like,
he's still fat though. What are people talking about?
I know athletes find like ways to cut weight, right? And some of them are really unhealthy, like in MMA and stuff. But was he always wearing a sweatshirt or something at warm-ups before the Rockets games?
I think what happens
has he mastered the angle? Like an Instagram influencer? Like, what's going on here?
I just think he looks bad in baby blue, in Carolina blue or whatever that light sky blue. I think he looks bad in that. The red, he looks bad in the red too. Yes, I saw that picture.
No, because he wore that sky blue.
In the Nets, I know, and he looked horrible in it. Not the photo or not the social media picture, but did you watch that game? He looked fat
like
in that
on
game.
Saturday afternoon. I had no business watching that.
I was watching it, and he looked fat in that. He looked exactly like he did in Houston.
Also, something else to note from that game: the Nets franchise records for assists is really only 14 assists.
Was that? It sounds right. Well, Jason Kidd was there. No. I think the record was debut. Didn't he set the franchise record for debut?
So that's one of those sports like.
Yeah, really, that's just one of those like.
Okay. Because when I saw the headline, I was like, 14 assists is really the franchise record.
Right. Dude, Jason Kidd was a monster for them back when he was getting to the finals. He probably had like a 20 assist game.
I don't know, man. But so you don't subscribe to the fat suit theory?
No, I don't describe. I do subscribe, to the he wore multiple layers for sure in pregame warmups. He did do that. Because remember when he first reported to camp? It was so weird that when he first reported to camp late, there was a picture of him shooting and he was jacked. Do you remember that picture? It was an all black. He was wearing his fitness tracker beater. It was like an Axiom or whatever. I forgot the name of the company that does their fitness tracking and their COVID-19 tracking, by the way. So he had that on and he looked jacked. And then in warm-ups, he looked horrible. And it had to have been he put on another shirt for sure, or another sweatshirt or something.
I don't know.
They do need some vertical stripes for him. He needs vertical stripes. That man needs that. He needs the slimming stripes. Yeah. He quit on the team. Like he quit before with the Rockets, and I'm glad he's gone. It was a couple years too late. Bye. Whatever. Now we can start enjoying Rockets basketball. That's all. I'm excited
for that. I don't know if there's much to enjoy, buddy.
Let John Wall come back. Let him come back. It's going to be fun then. It's going to be fun, and it'll be okay. Steven Silas is a really good coach. His system does work. Things will be better. And whatever happens this year, you're building future not only prospects, but future tradable prospects, right? Like, look what the Nets did. The Nets had a bunch of guys, Karis LeVert, Joe Harris, Spencer Dinwiddie, all these guys, they were competing for the 8th spot. They were just kind of making it work, but you're just building these guys up to either be part of a team that can start competing or trade these guys out and get something back. So that's what these Jayshawn Tate, any of the younger guys, not Christian Wood, because I think he's going to be a cornerstone, but any of the younger guys that are playing right now, you're just trying to build them up. You're trying to get them confidence and then get going.
All right. I just don't want to believe the fat suit thing isn't real. The funniest thing yesterday was it Deezus?
Yeah.
From Deezus and Mero said that Deshaun needs to grab James Harden's fat suit.
It's so stupid. Irv says, did we ban Lazy J from the show? No, we didn't ban Lazy J. I don't think we did. I don't ban anybody on here.
I don't think Lazy J's ever tuned
He
into
listened
the.
I think he listened once or something. I know he doesn't listen for sure because I called him out on some stuff because I heard him call into a radio show and he like threw me under the bus. I was like, what? Lazy J, hold on. Why are you throwing me under the bus? And he's like, yeah, because you used to say this. I was like, have you listened to it recently? Because I've talked about it. It was specifically during the social injustice stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, Lazy J, what are you talking about? You obviously haven't listened, and that's fine. But don't like throw me under the bus because you want to back somebody's point up. And I'm like, that's some horse crap. So he might be butthurt. I don't know. I'm friends with Lazy J. He's funny to me. He's a character. So yeah, we're all good. Okay, Deshaun, can we talk about the rally, please?
Let's talk about the rally, buddy.
Let's talk about this rally, please. Can we just talk about how Deshaun at 10:48 tweets, don't go to the rally that starts at 11 a.m. when people
12 minutes before.
Come on, man. Like we talked to the organizer on No Layups, James. This guy drove in from Austin. Okay.
Oh,
he said multiple people drove in from like Dallas. I think he said somebody flew in for this rally / protest or whatever they were calling it. And Deshaun, I know, come on, Deshaun had to have known before that, right? He had to have known last night because everybody was tagging him. And at 10:48, he's like, "Oh wait, guys, they're interviewing Eric Bieniemy. Everyone leave. We're good, guys. It's all good. It's all good."
The Chiefs is letting us talk to him over Zoom.
Yeah,
leave, guys, just go. Your work
because
is done.
It broke right around there. It was the NFL is gonna grant the waivers or allow teams to interview via Zoom or whatnot. And it was literally right around then. And Deshaun was like, no, guys. No rally, rally.
Guys, COVID. Think about COVID, guys.
Yeah. COVID while he is on Instagram in New York in like inside buildings and whatever at these things, and he doesn't have a mask on. Like, come on, you can't play COVID-19, the COVID-19 card when you aren't even abiding by the most basic of COVID-19 safety guidelines. Wear a mask. Even if you had it, you got the vaccine, whatever. At least act like that's what you care about.
You know how I know that he saw the tweets? How? Because when he tweeted out the "I was at 2, now I'm at 10" future lyrics, he had not the foresight because he did it afterwards. He knew that, oh crap, I need to tweet out that this is lyrics, because everyone was like losing their minds on Twitter over him tweeted that. I know he saw those tweets. He had to have seen those tweets.
Yeah, for sure he saw.
Josh makes a good point. Oh, wait, maybe that's not what the point he made. Yeah, never mind. He's making a joke about the restaurant, but they started at his restaurant.
Yes.
So of course,
hey guys, come to Lefties, get your cheesesteaks, and then go home, guys. That's all we're asking. Don't go protest COVID-19. We can't. Come on, dude. Like, no, it was kind of weak. I was like, at 10:48, you're really doing this? Just say, guys, we did it. We got him. We got an interview with Eric Bieniemy. It looks like it's going to work out. Do not go protest or rally or whatever you're calling it. I don't think you had a chance to listen to the interview, right? We had the guy James on yesterday. He was so worried that people were going to actually storm NRG at this rally.
No,
man, really? You think?
Didn't he tell you guys he expected like 1,000 people?
He said almost 1,000. Like, yeah, he said 1,000 people reached out to him and said they're gonna come and do all this. And I called him out. I was like, yeah, but dude, nobody's gonna come, right? I was like, what's gonna happen is they're all saying this, but when it's time to actually come out there or cancel your season tickets and all that stuff, they're not gonna take action. Everybody just feels good on social media, right? Posting an MLK quote. You're like, I did it. Look, guys, I did something today. Hey, I voiced my displeasure. So when you talk about it with friends, what you're going to do is like, yeah, man, I was going to go to that rally, and then Deshaun called it off. So I didn't go. So that was my excuse. I was like 10:48. I was about to leave the house for the 11 o'clock rally, and Deshaun told me not to go.
here's the like. At least maybe because it's where I live, but I feel like NRG is so out of the way of everything that it's just kind of like by that point it's too late. By the time he
Mm.
sent out that tweet, I'm getting off Kirby. I have my sign ready, and let's rock. Let's rock and roll. Like by
It was
that
a
point,
smart tweet. It was a smart tweet because you're like, you're already there, so I might as well go get a lefty's cheesesteak.
yeah,
I might not go.
he should have tagged lefties if that's the
Yeah,
case.
15% off anybody that doesn't go to the rally.
15% off anyone who shows up with their Firejack Easterby sign.
Promo code QAnon. Did you see My Pillow guy? Did he actually do that? That my
I forgot about
Did you
that.
remember? I don't know if it's real. I didn't look into it. I just saw it and chuckled. The My
Yeah,
Pillow guy actually had a promo code on the website, which My Promo or My Pillow. If you listen to sports radio at any point in the last 5 years,
you
you've
know
heard
what
a
it
My
is.
Pillow commercial and all the promo codes they use, right? Somebody, I don't know if it's real or not, but he put a QAnon promo code up there. So stupid.
Do you ever do My Pillow reads? I don't remember ever hearing you do
No,
one.
I never did them. I never did them. I got in trouble
I
for
know they
making fun
cured
of them. Yeah.
Sean Salisbury's back apparently.
Yeah, that you know where that joke came from, right?
From you, I would guess.
I got in trouble for that.
You did? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got in trouble because I said at one time John and I were just joking around, right? And they're like, "Yeah, dude, My Pillow. I think it's a story about cancer." And I was like, "Well,"
Oh no.
and I just said, "Why don't we just get this guy My Pillow because it cures everything else?"
Oh no.
And I got in trouble for that. In my trouble, I mean, they just told me like, "Hey guys,
Stop
come
there.
on, Raheel, let's not make fun of that, okay?" So it was pretty funny, but whatever.
I didn't know that story.
You got a comment here. Graffa says, I go way back when Arian Foster was in his prime, when JJ and Nuke got drafted, when Osweiler got paid that ridiculous contract, when Clowney, I can go on. If Deshaun leaves, I'm done being a Texans fan for good. That's why. Right. Look, man,
You have every
I would
right.
be mad too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me. There were games this season where with Deshaun, I was like, I don't want to watch this, but I had to for no layups. If I wasn't doing a podcast on a Sunday, I promise I wouldn't be watching. Like I don't want to watch bad football. I don't want to watch any NFL football if I don't want to, right? Like, or if I have to.
Yeah.
Although I was intrigued by the playoff games, I watched every playoff game. It gets good in the playoffs.
I've actually enjoyed pretty much maybe the Seattle Rams game last or 2 rounds ago now was the only one that I could say I didn't really enjoy. But the playoffs have been pretty good.
I was bummed about Lamar Jackson. Big Trust let me down. I wanted to see the Bills lose. It would have been better if they lost to the backup quarterback, though. It would have been pretty epic. It would have been pretty good Bills material if they had lost to him that way. So, okay, so the fan rally, 150 people showed up, by the way.
Really?
We set our over-under at 250.
Yeah.
Right? Way under. So it looked, it looked like a gathering of a tailgate. And, like people were excited to express their displeasure and all that stuff. It was a big national story. I think it started trending on Twitter for a little bit, but they did it, man. Like good on them for just, going out there expressing their displeasure. Like you're allowed to do that. If you did it safely, they didn't hurt anybody. Good. I enjoyed that. Like go for it, man. I don't think and I even asked that guy, I was like, what do you think is going to happen? Best case scenario, worst case scenario, right? Best case scenario, you think Cal's like, oh my gosh, we've got to fix this stuff right now. The fans are upset. And worst case scenario was they look outside and go, that's it. And James had a really good answer. He said, well, at least I tried. Like my whole thing is I want to try because I love this franchise. And that's cool. Like that's good, man. That's awesome.
I wish this franchise loved you back.
Yeah, that's the other thing. They don't love you back. Irv says, Jose and Raheel, what do you think about Messi getting his first red card? I didn't see that. What happened?
He so I think was it the Super Cup final? He around midfield, he was running with another guy and he swung at him. I don't think he made contact, but they were able to look at that with the VAR and he got sent off, and Barcelona lost that game.
Wait, they're allowed to look at Wait, so he didn't get a red flag or a red card, excuse me, initially, but they
I
can
think
go back and look.
I
Excuse me, they
think
can go back and look at it.
I think I didn't watch the game. I only saw it on Twitter. My guess is either they gave him a red card and then wanted to look at it, or they booked him,
Mm,
gave him a yellow card, and wanted to look at it again. I mean, the fact that that's reviewable and we can't review hits in football
yeah.
tells you much about what sport is superior to the other, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
You know what I forgot to do to start the show, and this is a good place to do it in the podcast, alamoremedy.com. I forgot to do this real quickly, alamoremedy.com. If you're watching live, you see it on the bottom of your screen with promo code
Unicorn.
$17.99 for all their CBD products, alamoremedy.com. Get your CBD products there. If you're on that new health kick, you know what? I got this. I want to fight some inflammation. I want to be able to sleep at night. Check out CBD products and check out Alamo Remedy. Alamo Remedy, Remedy, alamoremedy.com. $17.99 for their great CBD products, all third-party tested, lab tested, excuse me, no THC. You're going to be fine. I took 3 gummies yesterday, bro, and I did a Wim Hof breathing exercise. Man, your boy was feeling good yesterday. I was like, this is awesome. I'll tell you what that is. alamoremedy.com. Use promo code
Unicorn.
10% off your entire order. You're going to get the best price and another 10% off guaranteed. You're going to love it. I love it. It's an awesome product. alamoremedy.com. So do you know who Wim Hof is?
I do not know.
Okay, so Wim Hof is this he's not a cult leader. Okay, although people
no.
like seem to say he's a cult leader, he's not. He's just a human health expert, and he's just unlocked these tricks, right, to overcome certain things. So he's most famous for jumping into freezing cold water and just not impacting him. Like he'll literally jump into an ice bath, right, or an ice lake, and it won't impact him. And he teaches other people to do this through a breathing exercise. And I learned about him a couple of years ago. And then I watched this documentary on him, and I was like, man, this is awesome. I never got around to actually doing it. I wanted to do it because I take a ton of ice baths. And the way I do it is literally I go in there, it sucks, and you just make it work, and then you get out, right? So his whole thing is you do this breathing exercise, you're in there, you calm your whole body down, kind of walks you through it, what happens. And there's like local Wim Hof chapters that specialize in this. They literally meet up and they do these ice baths, right? Like tons of ice, not just one bag of ice. Like it is a freezing cold ice bath.
It's like a reverse sauna?
Yeah, it's like, but he also has like a heating one too. And all of this is to get your body into the almost a meditation state. Okay, that's the best way to describe it. But he does this like intro breathing exercise. It's about 11 minutes long. And actually, one of the guys from Texans Unfiltered, the podcast that did the rally, Patrick, he's really cool. He was tweeting about it. I was like, well, hey, which tutorial did you use? Like, this would be great for me to just like actually go ahead and do this. And he sent it to me, and I did it yesterday, man. Boy, that was awesome. Like your whole body starts tingling. You just kind of float away after so it's 3 sets of 30 breaths, right? And then after the first set, man, like I was tingling, I was gone. It was awesome. And you just get it's more meditation and calming down your entire body.
So it's not like it's not like cryotherapy?
Well, no, well, if you're gonna be in an ice bath, you're gonna get the health benefits and recovery benefits of it as well. Which is great. But his whole thing is like when you're in that ice bath, you're in a meditative a zone. So you're doing that more for the meditation side and becoming one with your body.
Where did you do this?
I did it. So I just did the breathing exercise yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just did the breathing exercise. It's an easy tutorial. I'll put it in the bio of this episode. You just lay down on your bed, wherever, get comfortable, and he just walks you through it. It's really cool. So I did that yesterday. And I just had I just took 3 gummies yesterday because my body just felt really inflamed. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take 3 gummies today. I usually take like 1 or 2 if I'm feeling some kind of way. I took 3 yesterday, did that, and boom, I was good. Irv just says, "Why don't you just smoke regular weed?" I just want to take some CBD. I just want to, you know what? I just want to do it without the weed. Can I just Can I take some CBD, Irv?
Man, Herb trying to mess up our money, man.
No, Irv.
I don't
Dang,
like that.
AlamoRemedy.com because I don't want to test positive. All right, and get my welfare check taken away. But
Hmm.
even though I'm employed now, but still.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I did that yesterday, man. It is awesome. So the next step for me is I'm gonna keep doing this breathing exercise like
Yeah.
3-4 times a week, and then I want to go actually meet up people that do the training. There's like they'll help you through the ice bath and all that. I want to do that because I normally do an ice bath, and like I do it. I stay in there for 2 to 3 minutes and I'm done. Or I'll do a freezing cold shower, and that I can do. Especially right now, it's good because the water is freezing cold. Like you want to get it down to like 57 degrees. It's awesome. It feels great. And I can do that. I know how to master that breathing, but the ice bath, man, that's a tough thing to master.
So you wait. So you do ice baths at home?
Mm-hmm.
How
To
does
go
your
buy
wife
some.
feel about this?
She doesn't like it. I mean, she doesn't hate it either, but it's just it becomes messy, right? Because like I
Sure.
have to do it in Baby Trickster's bathroom because we don't. Our tub is too big in here, so I don't want to fill that whole thing up. So I have to do it in hers. Then I got to go buy like 3 bags of ice, and that ends up being like $10. Ice isn't cheap. So that kind of sucks.
You don't have
So
an ice maker at home?
I looked into it. Even if I bought one, it wouldn't be enough ice still. You would
Sure.
still have to go buy. Yeah. I know my brother is he's gonna put one in for sure because he does a bunch of ice baths too, and he's like a sauna blanket as well. So cold hot therapy is great. Everyone Google it, learn about it. I think it's great. I think it is beneficial. And I used to do the sauna almost every day when I was at a gym. But of course, I don't have a gym now, so I don't want to do the whole sauna blanket. I don't know. To me, it doesn't. I don't like a sauna blanket for some reason.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. There's
Shout
also sauna tents you can buy on Amazon.
shout out Fat Kid Deals.
I know. Fat Kid Deals. Hook us up, man. We need a sauna blanket.
Yeah.
We need a sauna blanket deal. So yeah, I wanted to tell everybody about that. So it was pretty cool. The Wim Hof. You can look it up. It's WIMHOFF. Wim Hof. There's a bunch of content on him. It's really cool. Like he's a normal dude. They don't charge you for anything, by the way. All the content online. He's like, here, just take it. I'm not trying to become a millionaire off
Oh,
this. I'm just
here's a
trying to help
PDF.
people. Yeah, no, for real. There's a free PDF you can get, like the intro to Wim Hof.
That's awesome.
I guess the money where they make their money, if there is a lot of money being made, is he probably trains people and then if I want to go take a Wim Hof class, it probably costs like 30-40 bucks, right? Locally. So he probably trains the trainers, gets their money, and then all that stuff. So it's like
I'm sure there's probably one of those classrooms in between one of those kombucha factories down the block from you.
I'm sure that's where it is for sure. I'm gonna get some kombucha first, go get my juice at the juicery right down the street, and then go do my Wim Hof. Because Richmond Rosenberg, boy, we are Portlandia for sure now. I'm telling you. And also Richmond, the Grove Donuts, great place that does the cronuts where they take a croissant donut and fry it. Man, it's so good.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're struggling right now. They tried to stay open as much as possible so they could pay their staff. But I know now they're going Thursday to Sunday.
Oh,
So
man,
if
that
you are in
sucks.
Richmond Rosenberg, if you are listening, support them, especially this weekend. I know they need it because they are struggling. So yeah, like many businesses and many restaurants are.
No, there we go. Okay, sorry. I thought I was gonna get dropped again. It's my fault.
No, you're good. You're good. Other things, what else happened this week that I have a bunch of stuff I want to get into. Tiger Woods documentary. Did you watch it yet?
No, tell me about that because
Yo,
I honestly don't care that much about
I
Tiger
don't either.
Woods.
I didn't
Uh,
either. I don't care about Tiger Woods.
so it's not produced by any big name, is it?
Mm-mm. It's on HBO Max, and the only thing I knew about this documentary is that it's about Tiger Woods. I didn't know anything else. And I watched it and it's awesome. Like they've got a ton of family footage. I don't know how they got it because Tiger has nothing to do with this. I know family friends are in it. They're a huge part of it actually. And then the end of episode 1, there's a huge revelation. Do you want me to tell you, or are you gonna watch it? I don't want to
I'll
like
watch it.
spoil it.
I'll
I
watch it.
tweeted about this. I tweeted about it. It has something to do with Tiger Woods' dad.
Is
And
it kind of
even
like, is it like Tiger King where the first episode you're kind of like, why does everyone like this? Why does everyone like this? And then
no,
it
no, no,
gets to
no.
the
It's a
end,
sports
you're like,
documentary.
oh, okay.
No, no, no. The whole it's a sports documentary. Like they're breaking
No, I know
down.
that, but you
Yeah,
said it's a big like holy bleep moment. Was it like is it like that kind of where it goes from like, oh yeah, Tiger Zoo. Oh yeah, by the way, murder. Is it like that kind of like holy bleep?
Not like that holy bleep, but it is a pretty big holy bleep,
Okay.
especially if you know anything about Tiger and Earl, his dad.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a big holy bleep in that, but I don't know. Like, if my wife watched it, I don't think she would care. Like, she'd be like, "Okay." Like,
I like
that's
how
the big,
that's
yeah,
your barometer if you
yeah, that
your
is.
wife,
It's
the
yeah,
way you
it
measure
is.
things.
But for sports fans like who know about Tiger Woods, understand the impact, understand the relationship of Tiger and Earl, and they set it up really well in this documentary. Man, Johnny G had no idea about this big bomb.
Whoa.
Yeah, because
That's
I
saying something.
texted him. I'm like, Johnny G, if you had told me about this while this was going on, I would have cared more about golf, but you didn't.
So
And
it's
he's
about
like,
his
dude, it
dad.
just came to light now. Like he didn't know about it. Is that big.
So it's about his dad. Can I try to guess what it was?
You can.
Was his dad a Black Panther?
No,
No?
his dad was not a Black
I don't
Panther.
know why that was the first thing that occurred to me.
No,
Is he adopted?
no, no,
Ooh, you kind of hesitated there.
no. No, he's not adopted.
Okay. Damn, I'm running out of guesses.
When you see it, it's gonna make so much sense.
Okay.
That's all I don't want to, because I think people are just getting up on this documentary.
Okay. Fair enough.
So watch it. It's interesting. It's really well done. It's like a 30 for 30 in production value. So it's awesome. So yeah, I liked it. It's pretty damn good. So I just want to give it a shout out on that one. What did you watch this week? Anything crazy? Anything interesting?
No, not really. I one of my friends recommended a Hulu show called Pen 15. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, but
So it's these two comedians. I don't remember their names, but they play themselves as the teenage version of themselves in middle school, and it's really cringe. But it's really the first season was really good, and they were gonna do the whole two part second season, and COVID got the second part of the second season postponed. The first 7 episodes are out of season 2, and they're okay. That's why I
okay.
didn't. This is the first year hearing of it. I hadn't mentioned it before because it was okay. But the first season was really really good. I mean it's grown adults pretending to be in middle school. It's cringe humor. It's really cringe
Okay.
humor. It's real. The first season is hilarious. The second
Okay.
season there's kind of a steep drop off in terms of jokes. They still tell pretty good stories. I feel like in season 2, but it's just not as funny.
Gotcha. Hefe says we got to watch Night Stalker. The rule of 3 applies. He was the first one to tell me about it. I've seen 2 other people from 2 like totally
Yeah.
different aspects of life. Everyone's talking about Night Stalker, so
That's a
that
new
might be.
Netflix
Yeah,
thing, right?
I think so. I
Okay.
think so. So I have to watch that. Irv has a question for me because I know you haven't watched it for sure. Did you watch
Oh,
WandaVision yet?
I need to.
There's no chance you're gonna watch that.
Why not?
I thought you're not in the MCU stuff.
Who the fuck said that?
Oh no, I'm confusing Star Wars. Never
Yeah,
mind.
you
Never mind.
are.
Yeah. Never mind. I just think
What?
every time I think of Disney Plus, I
What?
think of Mandalorian. That's why. Sorry. Yeah, I watched it. It's interesting. It's interesting, like in a
You're
good
just kind of
way.
waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? That's what I've
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah, you're just kind of waiting. But and I said this on No Layups, I'll say it one more time here. For these actors that are playing these characters that we know so well, to act in a timepiece, right? Because they're recreating classical television. That's a really hard thing to do. Like taking the nuances of one character and making sure those translate to a period piece almost. It's wild. Like they
It's
did a
meta.
hell of a job. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really well done. So I enjoyed the acting side of it thus far. The storyline, it's like, okay, we're waiting. It hasn't hooked me yet, but I'm intrigued by it.
How did you feel about the fact they're making you wait week to week now?
I hate that.
Me too.
I'm a grown ass adult. Give me my content. Okay. Give me my content. I'm paying you guys. All right. Especially on Disney Plus. I'm paying for the whole neighborhood. Okay.
I actually, you know, I was gonna watch it on Friday, and I was going to text you like, hey man, I need to log in again.
I got you.
But I just did something else. I was playing Grand Theft Auto or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, I need to watch that. I don't know if I should. I'm not. Is it? I think it's 8 episodes, right?
I'm not sure.
I might just wait until they're all out.
Yeah, you could. Unless there's like a holy bleep moment.
Yeah, you're no. You know what? Like, there's different blogs that I follow on Twitter that kind of been posting spoilers, so it's probably best that either I mute them or or watch it now.
I need to start muting some comic book stuff because I've been getting spoiled a lot of not spoiled, but like Tobey Maguire in the next Spider-Man. Like I
What?
know, yeah,
No, I didn't know.
I know you knew it. I know that's gonna happen, but I don't need an update every single time he leaves set. Like I just want to watch it and be surprised.
Well, that's not happening. That's not the
No,
world we
but
live
that's
in
I
anymore,
think
buddy.
that's on me, right? Like I just need to unfollow or mute those blogs
See
because I
something.
keep getting
Oh man, but you have too many nerd friends. Something like that you would have found out about anyways. That's big.
that's big. Well, no, I know who I got it from. It was
Was
Heroic
it?
Hollywood.
Oh, was that?
Heroic Hollywood.
I
Yeah.
was gonna guess a comic book now.
No.
They they are
I think I
ruthless.
blocked them or mute them. I
They are
muted them.
ruthless with the
Yeah.
spoilers. Comic
I had
book
to get
now.
rid of that. I had to get rid of that. And you know, like the other one is Jong and Michael Carroll, and Michael Carroll doesn't tweet that often, so I'm not worried. Jong tweets with spoilers in mind. He's respectful of that, so that hasn't been an issue. But yeah, those other blogs, man, they're just getting ruthless now because everybody needs clicks, right? And that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I respect the hustle. I'm not gonna hate on that. I watched Sound of Metal finally, Riz Ahmed's new movie.
What is that?
Okay, premise. I'm not gonna spoil it.
Okay.
It's more. I don't think there's nothing to spoil. Honestly, it's more of a character and acting based movie and sound editing and mixing. Chef's kiss. It was one of the best sound editing movies I've ever seen. It is masterful. Like I don't think people are interested in that as much as I am, and maybe you are because we edit sound and we understand what it takes and being able to like layer stuff and pulling that off on that scale.
Yeah.
Sound of Metal is a movie about a dude in a metal band who plays drums. That's Riz Ahmed's character, who is going deaf.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it goes on from there. That's the premise, and I'm not gonna tell you the storyline. It's a good story, but it's more of Riz Ahmed's acting that was fantastic.
Where is this? Where can I watch this?
It was on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. What's Denzel's new movie? I've seen the trailers for it. I don't know the name. Josh was asking if we watched that.
I thought we all agreed we weren't doing movies anymore.
What do you mean?
I thought we just all agreed movies just aren't happening right now.
Yeah, what's up, El Jefe? Dang. I don't know.
No.
Who is Freddie Mercury? Oh, was he the guy? No,
What?
Freddie Mercury was played by somebody asked in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah, CJ asked, who is Freddie Mercury? CJ, go Google it, buddy. Josh said, is that the same guy who played Freddie Mercury? No, it's not. That was Rami Malek who played Freddie Mercury. So yeah, totally different guys. Racism.
racist.
Josh, on MLK Day, that's what you're gonna bring to the table? Terrible. What did you think
Thanks,
about all
Josh.
the MLK Day quotes, by the way? I kind of joked about it.
My favorite one was the one from Ice early in the afternoon. I don't know if you caught that one.
I did.
That was my favorite one. That and that picture that just appeared out of nowhere of the guy doing the middle-aged white man with the Celtics jersey doing the cross-armed in front of the Martin Luther King statue. I mean, that one was good.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty good.
they photoshopped Kyrie and Gordon Hayward into that picture.
So stupid. You know who was on fire again with that? Jamel Hill was awesome today.
Of course she was.
She was great. She was like quote tweeting
She was
Vice
pulling out the
President Pence,
receipts.
all the
Oh,
receipts.
that was a good one. There was a Mike Pence one.
Mike Pence,
Who
Loeffler did it.
notoriously,
Yeah. Everybody was doing it, and I was like, "Yo, this Jamel
It's
Hill is
almost
on
like
fire."
it's almost like they know people are gonna call them out on that,
Yeah.
and they just don't care. They just like, oh, whatever.
Honestly, why even tweet it? Why even put something out? Just stay quiet. The best thing you can do is just stay quiet. Nobody, you know what? There's gonna be some people like, "Oh, Mike Pence didn't tweet about MLK Day." That's much smaller than him actually tweeting about it using a quote, and then everybody pulls their receipts on him walking out of a game because they were peacefully protesting.
When he knew it was going to happen, like it was a staged walkout.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Like, yeah, it's. God, I hate people so much.
I hate social media for that. Again, politicians should not be on social media. That's how you solve all this.
Man, I'm on board with you on that now.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
I thought that was just such a silly thing to ask for, but after this last year, 2020 did it for me.
I'm telling you, it would be so much better. Yeah,
politicians just keep showing their asses, and it's not just Republicans. Before people have a meltdown on the chat,
everybody, Democrat. I don't care if you're running for, if it's any public elected official position, even on a local level, you're running for comptroller. I don't care. If you're not allowed to be on social media, I'm sorry, because what happens is just everyone will try to get your attention, and everyone just tweets the worst stuff or the best stuff, and everyone's just trying to get that retweet, and then you do the same thing, and it turns into a nightmare. And it's just like, stop. This isn't why we elected you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm dead set on this. Like, just get them off. Get them off.
The best one was that politician from Arizona who accidentally meant to tweet out from his burner that, as a black man, I would never vote for Joe Biden, and he sent that from his direct account.
Yeah,
and of course, when he sent out a Martin Luther King quote. One of my buddies, Jabari Ali, who works for Hoop Mag, immediately busted out the screenshot. Like, people don't forget any of that, man.
Nope, not anymore. Not anymore. And that's the other thing. Like, people aren't gonna forget what you said. So just get ready to get served up, man. Okay, I got one more thing for you real quickly. I told you I would give you a quick review of this. Matthew McConaughey's Green Lights. It's my first book of the year. I haven't been reading as much. When I got the Kindle, I was like firing through books. Although one took me a whole year to do.
Did you ever get through the FDR book?
I did. Yeah, I did get through it.
How pissed were you at the end when he died?
Yo, I was so mad. It was actually Teddy Roosevelt. It wasn't FDR.
Oh, I thought it was FDR. Damn.
Yeah. It was Teddy Roosevelt and yellow journalism. The start of yellow journalism and why it was so important, right? So yeah, it took me forever, but I did finish it within my year mark. Okay, I did want to finish that book, but I did other ones. So overall, it's if you're in a rut and you just want some motivation, all that, there's a ton of self-help books and like, I'm gonna get my life right. This is more like understanding why Matthew McConaughey is the way he is. And I never was obsessed with Matthew McConaughey until until he got into the serious part of his career. Because before he was just doing chick flicks. Like, that's what he was known for, chick flicks, right? So I didn't like any of those movies. I hated chick flicks. I would it would be the worst thing to watch for me. But then when he started doing, Mud, Dallas Buyers Club, True Detective, of course, Interstellar, he was fantastic in. That's when I became obsessed with Matthew McConaughey. I was like, man, this is awesome. So this gives you more background into why he is the way he is, and I always abide by it's like be yourself, right? And that's so much easier said than done. He goes all in on why he's himself and like stuff he did. Like, I'm gonna be me. I don't care. I'm gonna live in an RV during the height of my career and just and you want to meet with me, we're gonna meet in my RV and we're gonna drive. So stuff like that, like his little nuances, I loved. He didn't spend as much time on his career as I wanted, like especially the back or like this back end of his career, where it's like he's in the serious roles. I was really excited to learn about, what it take to pull off mud, Dallas Buyers Club. Like, give me stories off the set and all that. And he gives you some stories, but he doesn't give you all of them. So I was kind of bummed about that. Overall, like I would say out of 10, I gave it a solid 6.5. It was good. Yeah, like, but dude, 10s are hard in the book world.
In the book world, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories in there.
Are we gonna start a Raheel book club this year?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I do more podcasts. And the books that I do read, they're nerdy books. Like, I'll be like, hey, I'm interested about the subject. I'll pick it up and read that. I think that's more my reading. So I don't know if people will find that interesting, but my friend had this. I saw that she posted about it, and she came over to come see the family. So I was like, can you bring this book for me, please? So shout out to my girl, Erica. She's awesome. And she brought it over and I read it and I was like, okay, that's good. I'm glad I did it. But if I hadn't read it, life would go on. It would have been okay. Like, it didn't change my life. It didn't change the way I think or anything, but it was cool. It made me want to become a bachelor more than anything. I was like, man, I wish I could just take Bane and go live in an RV and just like travel the states and then do whatever I'm doing in my life. That's what he did.
It's a little too late for that.
I know. And then of course all the UT stories were great. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. Of course, like that's the best part, so that's pretty cool. So that's my book review for you guys.
2 thumbs up, 1.5 thumb up.
It's like a Nintendo Switch thumb, like you're just playing. Raheel wasn't into him becoming the minister of culture. I was into that. Yes, I was. I love it. He represents the University of Texas, so I love that. Okay, let me see. I think that's everything I wanted to talk to you about. Mad Max. We didn't talk about the interview on Bomani Jones.
Oh my God. Oh, we're talking about not having book recommendations, but podcast recommendations instead. Yo, go listen to Vernon Maxwell on The Right Time with Bomani Jones from last Thursday. That was the funniest interview I've heard in a long time. Like, God bless the producer who had to edit out the cuss words in that episode. I almost wish they dropped the uncensored version for the poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that was incredible. Did he tell stories like that with you guys?
So no, he did. Like, we didn't get.
It was more PG.
He didn't get as comfortable with us because before the interview, I told David to tell his guy that we are live, so we can't censor him. And even then, he dropped, I think, 17 S-bombs. He called Michael Jordan. He called Michael Jordan an MFer. The whole time Nuno is like emailing his bosses, "Hey, I know we're live, but he's doing this. Like, what do you want us to do?" Right? And we just kept rolling with the interview. That was, it was pretty bad. It was scary. I was afraid he was gonna drop an N-bomb, but he never did.
Okay.
Yeah. So we didn't get as comfortable. We got some good stories. We talked to him. He was really cool. But he and Bomani, man, like that was because Bomani was an adult at that time when Vernon was Vernon Maxwell and the Rockets are winning championships and all that stuff. And he's from Houston as well. Man, that interview was so damn funny.
Like, I've never heard Bomani laugh like that. Like, the way he was laughing, like, oh man. The story about his son at the end is all I'm gonna say. The story he shares at the end of the interview about his son.
His son who's playing basketball at Georgia Tech, okay? Successful kid. That dude got roasted so hard by his dad. Man, it was so good. I mean, the stuff about him playing dice before games.
Unreal.
the Porsche story, the arrest. Oh my God. It was just, and the only way to describe him, I described him to you as this most Def's character on Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
That's who he is. Like
No,
if that
did you say on Chappelle Show or on Boondocks?
on Chappelle Show.
See, because when you said that, I thought of his character, Rapalicious. Is that what his character's called in the Boondocks?
I don't remember. I didn't watch that
man.
enough to know the characters, but I have watched it. He just reminded me of the player haters ball, that character. And no, the racial draft. When Most Def comes up, and I think it's the same character. If I correct me if I'm wrong, because we're not allowed to watch Chappelle Show until
Solidarity.
Chappelle, in solidarity, we stand with him. We're not allowed to watch it, but it was that character. The way he had the stories, man, it was so good. So yeah, that's a podcast recommendation for you guys. Great. I mean, it was just worth every second.
It was so good, man.
Yeah, so damn good.
I could not stop laughing.
It's so stupid. It was the stories, man. He's the most misunderstood guy in the NBA. Like
the Hakeem Spitz stories too.
Oh. He slapped
and his Hakeem impression was spot on.
Yeah, it was so dang good. Okay, we're out of time. Jose, anything else before we go?
No, man. I think that's it.
All right, cool, man. Everyone, if you're listening, thank you so much. We appreciate you spending some time. Make sure you send this podcast to 5 people. Tell them to check it out. And then, of course, support the sponsors, AlamoRemedy.com for your CBD products for Texans by Texans. Use promo code
UNICORN
for 10% off, free shipping, $49 or more on your order. Take it if you are taking CBD, then you know what CBD can do. Take it. It's a great company. If you haven't tried it out, for $17.99, try it out. Okay, let's see if it can help you. CBD, $17.99, 250 milligrams of CBD. I forgot to mention that. AlamoRemedy.com. All right, Jose, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for watching, for listening. We will talk to you next week on the Raheel Show with Jose podcast right here on wherever you're listening.
Stay spicy.